In today's news update about Tesla Giga Berlin, while the road construction is moving with full swings, I want to talk about the citizens' initiative against the Tesla factory. Several days ago, German RBB24, which is the public radio in Brandenburg area, published a very interesting story by Peter Barnstorff, who also had interviewed Torque News YouTube channel a few weeks ago about the citizens' initiative. Are these, and Philip is asking interesting questions. Are these initiatives, the citizen initiatives against Tesla factory, responsible and committed, or selfish obstacles to progress of Tesla? Citizens' initiatives are polarizing also in Grünheide, says Philip, where residents are resisting the planned Tesla factory. What do you get when you protest? Asks Philip. Hello friends, this is Armen Harayan from TorqueNews.com. I have a very interesting story bringing to you. As I'm about to tell you the rest of the story, please subscribe to our channel, join our community. We report 4 to 5 Tesla stories daily, and like this video, please to show your appreciation of Philip's works, who brings and reports this story from Grünheide. So in Eberswalde, a citizens' initiative has been preventing the construction of a bypass for decades, while committed residents in Mixdorf in Germany are blocking the expansion of wind power. These are just two of many examples of successful citizen initiatives. However, their critics now want to restrict the legal right to object and file a complaint in approval procedures. Steffen Schorcht is a member of the Grünheide Citizens Initiative against Tesla Gigafactory. It's called BI, and sees it differently. The current legal status is the result of many years of conflict between various interesting groups, says Schorcht. There are good reasons for this legislation. You can also see that from that way Tesla is settled. End of the quote. Now, in fact, there was a lot of discussion, especially about deforestation, traffic, and water consumption at the planned Tesla Giga Berlin for electric cars in Grünheide. Citizens began demonstrating against the Tesla plans in January. After a few weeks, however, the citizens' initiative canceled further demonstrations because they feared being infiltrated by right-wing populists. In February, Tesla began clearing the pine forest on the property north of the Freimring Freight Center. The Green League, a Brandenburg Environmental Protection Association, and a Bavarian association, which is critical of the energy transition, promptly submitted urgent applications against the tree felling work. The Higher Administrative Court of Berlin-Brandenburg stopped the grubbing up for a few days and then rejected the urgent requests. The harvesters felled and sown the remaining jaws within a few days. But the criticism of the planned electric car plant of Giga Berlin did not stop. After the Tesla approval documents had been publicly available for a month at the beginning of the year, more than 360 objections from residents and associations to the industrial plans were received by the deadline on March 5. BI, that citizens group, advised citizens on how to write the objections. Most submissions should be critical. They have to be discussed in public, but the date has been postponed unidentified indefinitely due to the virus situation. According to a federal government bill, online hearings could already take place in May, and this is a new federal government bill. Before this bill, these meetings had to be on spot, not online. Okay. In any case, the BI's criticism, BI is the Citizens Initiative, BI's criticism seems to be bearing fruit. Tesla had already announced at the end of January that it wanted to install air rather than water cooling. This should reduce the factory's water consumption from a maximum of 372 to 238 cubic meters per hour. In mid-April, the California company announced that it would adjust the approval documents accordingly. The electric car manufacturer is making a statement, as is so often the case, not for the reasons, but it is likely that the constant criticism of on-site also contributed to this decision. Raymond Schwartz, environmental economist at the Viadrina University in Frankfurt and Oder, also sees it this way. Quote, I consider this a success of the initiatives because I have raised environmental awareness where it was necessary. End of the quote. He also points out that according to the Carbon Disclosure Project, an NGO that assesses corporate sustainability, Tesla produces less sustainably than, say, Ford or Mercedes. The approximately 30 residents who make up the core of the Citizens Initiative continue to mobilize. For them, the planned lower water consumption is still too high. Because of the virus crisis, Steffen Schorcht and his colleagues are now regularly exchanging views in video conferences and preparing further arguments. One of them seems to get notice. The Tesla construction site is located in a water protection area. That is why cars may only be refueled with specific safety precautions. Tesla has refueled from the start without taking the necessary precautions, warns Schorcht. BI members photographed the allegedly prohibited refueling, and the Nabu Eberswalde, whose members are also active in BI, filed a criminal complaint against Tesla and the State Environmental Agency in mid-April. The State Environmental Agency said to RBB on last Friday, evasively, the office generally checks compliance with the rules. The Lower Water Authority inspected the refueling area outside the water protection area at the beginning of April and found no violations. A storage container, presumably for fuel, was also implemented outside the water protection area. Insider circles around the Tesla construction site in Giga Berlin said more clearly that nobody was error-free. In the meantime, however, refueling only takes place outside the construction site. The BI apparently landed a hit here, which it now wants to savor. It has registered a demonstration at the construction site for Saturday, but due to the virus, only for 20 people. We need a dialogue between applicant and the authorities. So does BI express justified criticism, or does it endanger an industrial settlement that could create thousands of jobs in Brandenburg in a promising industry? Is another licensing marathon just beginning with the tug of war about water consumption and refueling, such as with power lines or deepening the Elbe? Ulrich Battis, procedural lawyer at the Humboldt University in Berlin, has not yet seen this danger. Quote, so far the process has been going very well, he says. But there are no guarantees, says Battis. The fact that Tesla wants to adjust its documents against is no cause for concern for him. Quote, such complex planning projects always rise in a dialogue between the authorities and the applicant, which in this case is Tesla. Things have to be explained and adopted. In Germany, large industrial projects are approved either through a planning approval procedure or, as in this case is with Tesla Giga Berlin factory, through the Federal Emissions Protection Act. Battis believes that these procedures work well overall. Quote, the project is highly complex and we are a densely populated country with a distinctive culture of debate. You have to endure that. End of the quote. This is very important for us to understand that Germany is a densely populated country and the culture there is there is a distinctive culture of debate. And this is not like China, this is not like elsewhere. So in my opinion, personal opinion, the comparisons with China and elsewhere, other places where Tesla has gigafactories or building or planning something, we shouldn't compare them because the culture and the laws in each country are different, and we have to kind of endure that. Battis sees room for reform only in the right to lodge a complaint. So far, complaints against permits that have already been issued can go through three instances: A draft law now wants to limit this to one instance to prevent long lawsuits. So far, Tesla is not yet in Grünheide. First of all, the State Environmental Ministry has to grant the approval. This is expected at the earliest in summer and the latest, I'm talking about final approval, in the fall. Only then can a complaint be made. So there could still be some controversy about the Grünheide project. And a lot now depends on how carefully the Department of Environment and California automaker Tesla are working on the approval documents. Well, this is the situation, the complaint situation around the Giga Berlin, friends. Let me know what you think. I think what I learned from reporting this is that every country is different. Countries have their own laws. Countries and nations have their own cultures, and those cultures need to be respected. And we have to endure that. And then looks like the procedure, there is a certain procedure and how to file a complaint. Looks like the German government wants to limit that from 3 instances to only 1 instance. And like Philip reported, Tesla is not officially in Grünheide yet because the construction hasn't begun. And as of yesterday, they were just building the roads. The factory is not there yet, so the official complaints cannot go. That part I didn't understand very well. But this is the general situation around Tesla in Giga Berlin. I hope later today or tomorrow I will have more about the road construction and next steps about Giga Berlin, where Tesla in Grünheide, where Tesla wants to build its plans to build its first European Gigafactory, or maybe Terafactory, because yesterday I learned that the land of Giga Berlin is apparently much bigger than the land in terms of hectares than the land in China, Giga China, Shanghai, Giga Shanghai. Well, friends, you have a wonderful rest of the day. Let me know what you think about these things. If you are here for the first time, please join our community, subscribe to our channel, and continue in the discussions with us. Have a wonderful rest of the days. Please like this video to show your appreciation of Philip's report and all our friends who report Giga Berlin news from the local Grünheide. And I'll see you in our next report. Have a wonderful rest of the day. God bless you, and see you soon.